So if you go back, obviously the net and now Love Black Country has been going for a number of years, and we believe that a lot of roads have been built, a lot of connections have been made, and now's the time to start to use those really. So there's so much good going on in the Black Country. If we had time, we could just tell you the stories of children's work, youth work, the TLG stuff, education, chaplains. There's so much going on. Recently we took a big step, didn't we? We got Sam as our Love Black Country family champion, and that started even some more momentum. But what we feel now is that we want to push on again to the next level. And what we do as a network, it's a little bit organic, but we look for people with a call on their lives. We don't go out with jobs, we don't say here's a job, who wants to fill it. Sometimes we do, but not very often. What we do is look for who's got the call of God on their lives. Right. And recently we've seen a lady who has the call of God on her life, we believe, to help lead a generation. So I'm going to get her up in a minute, but starting from September the 1st, Deb Chamberlain will be coming on board with Love Black Country to start to lead a movement we believe that is going to go across the Black Country. Now, what does that look like? We're not quite sure, if we're honest. This is the weird way of just seeing people with a call rather than looking at a big job description. So what we're going to do, we've got a group of people, great people from across the Black Country, they're going to come together and start to say with Deb, what does this look like? Because on a part-time role, because she's got a family and other things that she's got to do, she can't be 24/7. She probably will be, but she's not meant to be. So what we're going to do is look and say, what does this look like? And what we believe it looks like is a level of using Deb's leadership to connect, and her skills and ability to connect across the Black Country, to connect with youth movements, kids movements, people like The Message, if you remember recently with Hire, to connect and start to coordinate a massive movement of kids, youth, families across the Black Country. In connection with Sam and the family champion, we can see Sam getting really excited because she's been on her own, wandering the Black Country, and now she's got a partner to work with. So we really believe this is the next step. So I'm going to get Deb up now to share a little bit of what's on her heart. We're not going to let her say loads today, so we're going to give more of a focus in October about this, but we just wanted you to see Deb, but also understand what's in her heart.
Right. I've got 3 minutes. That's hilarious. 2 minutes. I'm aware a lot of you have no idea who I am, so I'm going to bullet point who I am so that you have a bit of context for me. I was brought up in Coventry. I get the wider scale really quickly and easily. That's my weird accent coming through. I was brought up in a Christian background. Family were Christians. I was in a Baptist church throughout my childhood. So I get a lot of 1982 mission praise sort of stuff. I've had a real love for Baptist churches. I was then in the teenage years, I was brought up in Anglican church, so singing liturgy and stuff I get. And then I met my husband at university, Adam, and came over here and learnt about AOG. I'd never heard of an AOG church before until I was 21, which is hilarious. So I can do the jumpy, happy, clappy stuff as well. So I fit quite easily into many denominations. And I became a teacher. I was a teacher for 10 years and got 3 kids of my own now. And I loved being a teacher, but I definitely felt the call of God upon my life, and I became children's pastor 7 years ago. Pastor Paul, my father-in-law, so those of you know Paul and Gail, that's my parents-in-law, he sat me down one Easter Sunday over a glass of hymns and said, I really think you could be the kids pastor. And I had a 3-month-old in my arm and I was teaching part-time, crazy stuff. Call of God happens, doesn't it? And you have to do it. And this is another of those moments where it's call of God, 4 boroughs, 600 churches. And I have to be honest, I'm like, what on earth are we going to do? I've been looking at this banner behind me for the last 2 years in prayer meetings, and I just get drawn to it, and obviously I do because of the kids stuff, but I'm like, we've got to do something, and we've got to do something now. So my son today is in a transition day, so he's going to secondary school. I started my role when he was in reception, so that means that a whole year group I have been inputting into for the last 7 years, and that window is closed. They've gone. And now I'm handing over to the incredible youth workers, and I believe that that's going to be another great season for this year group. But that panics me a little bit, because this time with these kids, this generation, it is fast. 7 years, they become youth, and that is a whole different ball game. And so I just feel a real urgency about it. What I'm going to do, I don't really know, but I feel the call of God upon this. I've had prophetic words over me that's saying that this is the right time for us to do something. I'm a planner, I'm a strategizer, so the fact that I'm doing this, not having a clue what I'm going into, is hilarious. But I do believe that God is going to bring the planning and the strategy. I look at this and I feel desperate because the situation is bleak. It's a bad situation. This generation needs Jesus so badly. So badly. I don't apologise for crying because it's desperate. It's a desperate situation, and I know we're looking at this lot over here to do something, but it's got to be a slot. It's got to be. And so if you're a senior pastor, or if you're a leader of some form or a part of a business, like, we can do what we can do, but we need everyone on board with this. And so the churches that are hooking already, like, that's brilliant, but we need everyone, because I can just see little glimmers of hope everywhere, little tiny lights shining through of people who are doing these brilliant, brilliant things. And just imagine if we can do it together. Imagine if we can pull together and share resources and help each other and release more people and bring on more volunteers to love each other and just support each other in different ways. And I just think God could do something incredible. So I don't know what that's going to look like, but I do believe God's got a plan. And so I'm just excited. I'm so excited about September and all that's going to look for. And there will be a plan. So don't worry about that. We have got a plan somewhere.
Thank you, Deb.